Hi everyone. Today we'll be looking at a Broan-164 bulb heater and exhaust. And what I'm going to do today is go through the wiring options. This 164 has many different ways it can be wired. And today we're going to be wiring the light and exhaust fan will be run off of one switch, and one of the sockets will be for the heat lamp. And I'm going to put that on a double function switch. It's a Decora style switch. You could use single up, down, on, off switches if you prefer. I like these switches because it actually fits in a single gang box. So what I have here, and this is basically just a simulation. You want to make sure you follow all applicable codes. Here I have a line coming from my breaker box, and again simulated. From the breaker box, it's going to go into my switch box. From my switch box inside, it is going to go the black wire to basically the hot side of the switch. So the black would go there, and that basically what that hot wire does is it powers both those switches. The white wire from that breaker box coming out of the switch is going to get wired to the wiring that's going to be going back to the fan, or up to the fan, up in that attic. So it's going to be white to white. Green is ground, so green to green or bare to bare. And coming off of that wire, going to your exhaust fan and heater, you're going to have a black and red wire. This black wire is going to be turning on the exhaust fan and one lamp, and we're going to use that as a light. So when I flip this on, it'll turn the exhaust fan and one light on to that unit. The bottom is where the red wire I have tied into the switch. That is going to be to the other socket, and we'll put a heat lamp basically in that. So it'll be running with one heat lamp. So I'm going to kind of go over this one more time. So you got the power from your breaker box coming into your switch. It comes out of the switch box. You're going to tie the black to the hot side of the switch. The white is going to be tied in with the white, going back up to that fan. The ground is tied to the grounds, or green or bare. The black wire that is going back up to that housing is going to be tied to that first switch. Again, that's going to be for a fan and light. And this red wire here can be tied to the bottom switch, and that is going to be for that heat lamp. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over to that housing, and this would be like it would be up in your ceiling. We're going to take a look at it here. This electrical box cover would have been attached. It's attached by one screw. That screw is basically located here. You unscrew it, this cover comes off. I have it all laying down just for video purposes. So this is the wire that's coming from our switch box. Here's the black wire. From that wire, you're going to tie the black to the black from the housing and the blue. You're going to tie all the whites together. There's going to be 3 whites. And here's your heat lamp. It's going to be the red wire tied to the red and the yellow from the housing. And green is ground. You put those two together. So I'm just going to go over it again. This is your line coming from that switch. Remember, we have a black and red down there. That black gets tied to the black and the blue from the housing. That red wire from the switch gets tied to the red and the yellow from the housing. All three white wires are wire nutted together, and green is your ground. I hope this video helps. Thanks.